Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a quick video. Honestly, it's going to be quick because it's negative and the things I don't like about it, they're kind of nitpicky for me. I want to say in the beginning of the video, Fiberwerx did a good job. Not a great job, not an amazing job, a good job. Nowhere near bad. They just did a good job. The things I'm going to be pointing out, most people wouldn't even notice on the vehicle, but I feel like it's only fair to my audience to show these things. That way you guys don't just think it was like this amazing process with no problems at all whatsoever. So let's just get into it and try to make this quick because I don't really like the negativity all that much. So this is something I showed you guys in that other video, something I noticed right away, but there are small little chips like this in the paint. And now my paint's dirty. I know I probably should have washed it before doing this video, but it's probably gonna rain again, so I don't wanna do that. And I gotta get these videos out. This hood wasn't originally red. Remember, I had to buy it off eBay, so they had to paint the hood and the fenders. This is something that could have been avoided on their end. There's also, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, right there, you guys can see it. There's like a tape line, and that tape line goes across my whole hood, like they were marking it off or something, but they didn't give the paint time to dry. So there's just kind of like right there, you can see it, right where that light is. There's this line that goes across the whole hood of the paint, which is really kind of frustrating when you're paying this much money. I mean, it was a cheaper paint job on the whole scale of paint jobs, but still kind of frustrating to see. But again, you're not ever noticing it unless you're right up on the truck. And this is an off-road truck anyway. You know, this isn't a showroom truck. So, I mean, it's an off-road and on-road. I want to be good at both, not just off-road. You know, this is something that kind of bothers me. While we're on the topic of paint, you can't really see it because it's dirty right now, but the orange peel is like really bad. I mean, it's not really bad to set, like, I've seen cars that have it so bad that you run your finger across it and it almost feels like a freaking orange. Now, it's not that bad. The clear coat kind of, I don't know, they flattened it out, but you can still see it, especially in like direct sunlight. Again, it's not a great day for a video like this, but the orange peel is not very good on the fenders, the bed size, or the hood. So this is a big nitpick of mine. This is one of the things that bother me more than some of the other things, is the fuel door itself has this horrible like clear coat or sand residue from like when they were sanding stuff down. They never cleaned it on here, and then now it's impossible to clean. You can't even get any of this off if you wanted to. The whole inside is kind of caked in it. And not to mention my easy fuel, it's way back in there. It still works. I'm still able to pump gas. It's actually not that big a deal in the sense of pumping gas, but it just makes it seem like this is such an afterthought and this was so poorly put together. Now, they never said anything about this to me, and I never thought anything of it when they just said that they were able to do this transformation. I figured that they had something in mind for this, but again, nothing was talked about. So it's not like they did anything that went back on their word. It's not like they screwed me over or anything like that. You know, they didn't say they were going to do anything here, but I just wish there was some thought put into this. Even when they were talking to me, they had to know something about this for sure. So I just wish they were like, hey, do you know anything for a solution on this? Maybe it's something we could have talked out and figured out while the bed was already off of the truck and the whole fuel system was already exposed. You know, maybe we could have extended it underneath there. So that's another pretty big nitpick of mine. Now, not everything on the truck is horrible. They did a good job, like I said in the beginning of the video, but they rushed the job. The truck was there for, I want to say 2.5 months. It was there for a long time. I already talked to you guys about how when I went to take it out there was a week delay that they had never communicated to me, but I was already an hour and a half into my drive before I got the phone call telling me about the delay. So I just committed to it going there and just let it sit for a week at the owner's house. Now, when it got to the owner's house, I definitely like looked at my truck's location. I have an air tag on my keys, so I'm able to see where it is. And then I have a tracker on the truck itself. So when it got to the owner's house, I looked at the location. It's actually a nice location. It wasn't like a ghetto neighborhood that I had a fear for my truck like getting stolen or anything like that. And then I was kind of scared, like, oh man, I hope these guys don't just like drive this thing. But my mileage never changed. So even though it sat at the owner's house for a week, it sat in a good area and no one drove it around or put any miles on it. So that's a good thing. But it was there for a long time. I didn't get any pictures of the progress of this until I want to say the last week. And I picked it up the following week after that. So it was there for a long time. And not until the last week did I feel that they did any actual work on it. Now, I thought that there may have been a development process taking place, and maybe that's why. But honestly, I don't think anything like that has happened, because they haven't posted anything about a conversion kit or anything like that on their website or any of their social media. So I don't think there was any developmental process that was going on. I think that my truck just sat there, and then it was like, oh crap, we got to get this guy's truck done. So they kind of rushed the process, which is why there are these problems throughout the truck. So it's been about 6 months since I've got the truck back. So I've lived with all of these problems. And I'm being completely honest, they're not that big a deal. They really aren't. The body fitment's really good everywhere. So, I mean, that kind of takes priority. The quality of the fenders, now it's only been 6 months, but I don't have any spider webbing or anything like that. I've heard horror stories from fiberglass products before, so that's a positive thing. So I've actually lived with these problems, and like I said, they're really not that big a deal. One other thing I wanted to mention was these marker lights. Now, I bought the marker lights from them. They happen to have them, and I paid for them to get installed. And then they never got installed because their wiring guy flaked out on them or something like that. I'm not really too sure what happened. So they cut out the holes for it, and they like had everything set up for it, and they put them in, but they didn't work. So then I had to go on my own time and find a place to do it for me. Now, they refunded me the money I paid for the installation, which, you know, that's great customer service. They had great customer service, honestly, the whole time. The guy, Lucas, there, he's an awesome dude. If you guys want any of their products, go to him. He's an awesome guy. Like, there's no hate on their customer service whatsoever, but that was another thing that just didn't get done. Again, making me feel like it was a real rushed situation. The biggest takeaway from this, guys, is look at the truck. The truck looks awesome. Nothing's broken on it. Nothing's, you know, besides a few paint chips here and there, and then, you know, those lines and all that crap. All that aside, the truck looks really good. So I'm still really happy with this experience. Now, everything was really expensive. The time took forever. Some things were wishy-washy, and I feel like it was a bit rushed. But overall, I feel like they did a really good job. And not to mention, don't forget, these are Raptor fenders going on a normal F-150. This isn't a typical job. You know, this isn't a normal job for them. But weirdly enough, the things they messed up on are things that would be, you know, typical, like the paint. Overall, guys, that's pretty much everything for this video. Like I said, I don't want to harp on the negative things. I don't want to make it seem like Fiberwerx did like a horrible job or anything like that. The customer service was out of this world. Really good getting to talk to those guys. There's just a few things that went wrong with it, and the things that I think you should be aware of if you're trying to do this to your truck, and things just to keep the transparency with me and my audience and stuff like that. Also, if you guys noticed the bumper, that's a video that's probably going to come out relatively soon. The truck isn't quite done yet, but there are more pieces on this than what you just saw in the previous video. So, you know, just the way the truck is now, take it as like a teaser for future videos down the line. If you guys like what you see here, please check out some of my other videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with somebody who you think would be interested in it. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be good people. Peace.